Creepy Cutie Crafty.
Hello and welcome back again to Creepy Cutie Crafty. Welcome back to yet another crafting video from, well, me, Mum. If anybody's got any suggestions for a different name than just Mum, I would be very welcome to hear it. Obviously with Squinks not being here anymore, I don't have anybody here to call me Mum. Anyway, back to the video. Today we are having a go at something that I have never done before. I've seen it done a few times, but I've never actually had a go at it myself. And that is this. You can see I've got some fabric here. All these come from a pair of old jeans, so that's for me to practice with. Got some dark fabrics and some light fabrics to try things out. I've also got some cotton-based fabrics here, can make patches out of. And I've got these. These are Sashiko thread and Sashiko needles. And this is, I believe, Japanese technique where it's called little stabs. Sashiko means little stabs. So you're stabbing the thread through the fabric and making patterns with it. It used to be a very utilitarian, practical craft because it made the clothes thicker, made them last longer. You could make patches with the Sashiko threads and eventually became quite decorative. I've seen a few videos of it. I've seen some finished results from it and it is absolutely gorgeous, but I have never had a go at it myself. If you don't try these things out, you're never going to know. Have you had a go at doing Sashiko yourself? Let me know down in the comments below, and of course whilst you're there, please like, comment and subscribe and do all those lovely things that help us not to be lost on the internet. Okay, so I'm gonna get on with it. As you can see here, I've got some old jeans that I've decided to repurpose. The inside is quite light, the outside is sort of medium dark, and there's also some parts that were in pockets like these, so you get some darker material, so you can do some contrast with that. I've also got some fabric samples with some nice plain blue excuse me. Some plain blue third time lucky. Plain blue patterns. Maybe I can make some patches with these as well. We've also got some fabric chalk here to make the marks with, and I've got my Sashiko thread. So you can see it's lovely and thick, but you only use 2 thicknesses of it, and you try not to get it twisted and wound up. I'm only doing what I know has been said on the videos that I've seen on YouTube. If you want to look it up yourself, there's plenty of Sashiko videos out there. They say if you separate them out like this, and again like this. See, you can see it's a big loop, so I'm just going to cut the one end like so, and that'll give me a good length of thread to work with. Put that on the back there, and I've got a patch of just the denim fabric here. I'm just going to cut this down into a rough square. I think I'm going to use the white chalk so it's nice and obvious. Once the item is done, you can wash it or brush it off. So just using that to go along the grain of the thread here. There we go. So I've got some scraps there, and that's the base that I'm going to work on. If I get just a little bit like that, cut it into a rough square, put it like that, you can see there's a cross grain, so you've got the grain going this way on this one and the grain going this way on that one. But if I turn it over, you've got my paler on that side, and I'm going to get a piece of the darker fabric. I'm just making this up as I go along. I have no plans with this one whatsoever. Now obviously I'm going to be careful when I'm cutting on top. I don't want to cut the thing underneath, so next time I'm going to move it. I'll put that over there in fact. So I've got dark blue, pale blue. I'm going to go for some white and some pale blue, just opening this out. Finally, I'm going to get another piece of the plain fabric. I'm not very used to doing fabric art. I have done some in the past, but I would definitely say I'm not an expert. There we go. Let's get some pins on here. With the chalk, just going to draw lines going down. Some areas I'm going to leave blank. So if I put a line there and I put a line there, I'm going to put something else in those boxes just to mix things up a bit. That's just to remind me to stop at those points. So I've got the Sashiko thread here. I'm just going to take out one thread, and they say to pull it till you've got the middle and just get the ends together like that. Right, let's see how we go. I'm starting from the back. Now, when you do this, you're supposed to sort of weave it in so that you get a nice straight line, which is what I'm going to try and do. So small, long, small, small, long, long, small stab, and then long. See if I can pull it out. Rather than pulling the needle through, pull the thread backwards and then see how we go. So. And try and get it nice and even, then turn it around, go back the other way. They say not to put these ones on the end too tight, so I'm going to give it a little bit of space so it won't get too tight. The reason they do so many stitches on one pass is apparently to stop the thread from fraying, because you're pushing it all through in one go. So hopefully that's what's going to happen here. Now, what I'm going to try and do here is attempt to make a star. They say for the centre of the star, or for any type of pattern, make sure that you keep the thread in the middle underneath, that way you won't get any unevenness. And that's my attempt at a star. There we go. Let me know what you think of that in the comments. It's not tidy, but it's my first time doing it, and just to practice. I will see you in a bit. If you remember, I talked about doing gish in the past, and one of the tasks is to use Sashiko to decorate the back of a denim jacket, and so that is what I've got here. Just underneath the collar there's a nice panel between that and the skirt of the jacket, and on there I'm going to do a picture. Now, the challenge from Gish was to do this picture that you'll see on the screen right now. That's Hokusai's Great Wave featuring Mount Fuji. The idea is that we fill in the back with patches and with stitching to create shading and to create effects, and we shall see how that will work. It's a bit of a step up from doing the little practice piece that I did, but it should be fun. First thing that I'm going to have to do is block out where all the colour's going to be. Now, this is a nice dark shirt, so I think I'm going to have some lighter areas, or some areas which are slightly greyed out. Wish me luck. So the first thing I'm going to do is turn it towards me, and I've got a paper printout of the image here. It's just about the right size for that patch there. Now, in the picture there are some boats. I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to add those in, but I'm going to start with the sky. I'm going to find some lighter fabrics that I can stitch onto the front. It's kind of off-white, which is exactly what I want there. That could be quite nice for the grayer area down here. I'm moving my picture down, and I'm just going to start plotting in where the wave will go. So there we go. Now I'm ready to start stitching. This is going to be fun. The next thing I'm going to do is add a little bit of shading to the sky and to the water here. these palm thimbles are quite useful. That's that little bit done. I think it works quite well. So now I'm going to work on the mountain area here. So I think that's quite effective for the little mountain down there. I'm not going to do the big wave first. I'm going to do some of these small waves here. I'm going to go along this end here and make that edge thicker so it looks more white. Okay, so that's that bit done. That you can see the sort of the shape of the wave there. And on to the next bit. I'm going to try and make the next layer go in the different direction so that it looks like it's flowing. I've got most of the actual shape done now. There are some waves in this area, and obviously this area. So I'm going to do this area here first. This area is this area that you'll see on screen now, because it's got lots of small waves. I want to see if I can try and get that sort of mini wave form going. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but we'll find out. Let's give it a go. Yes, we've got a visitor here. This is Squinks. What do you think so far?
Is that a mountain?
That's the mountain, yep. And that is a wave. And I'm going to do lots of little waves over here and little curls so it looks more wavy. What do you think of it so far?
Looks really cool.
Do you think you could wear it?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll see you in a bit.
Bye bye.
Right,
Meow.
back on with it. Okay, so what do you think of the finished item? This has been a labour. I think I really do quite like the results, but I would like to have another go at this sometime in the future. And somebody's here to give their review. What do you think, young child?
Looks really cool. How long does this take you?
Well, it's taken me several weeks. In that time, I've had the gas men coming in and switching off the gas, and then switching the gas on again, and then off again, and then on again, and then off again, and then finally on again. We've had pooliness, we've had you finishing school for Easter, we've had all kinds of stuff going on, so it's taken a long old while. Anyway, what do you think of the finished item?
It's really cool.
Do you want to have a go at doing it yourself?
No.
No. Do you not like needlework?
No, last time I got a bunch of needles.
Okay, so you mean like when we were doing the felting?
Yeah, it was painful.
So let me know in the comments what you think of the finished item. Do you think it was worth my time? Do you think I should have another go at doing this? I've enjoyed doing it, and I think the finished thing has turned out quite well. Let me know what you think. And whilst you're there, don't forget to like and subscribe and click that little notification bell to make sure you don't lose us on the internet. And also, let me know if you've got any other suggestions or ideas of things for me to do in the future.
Maybe we could do a drawing challenge like old times.
We could do, because Squinks has some holidays coming up, so we were thinking of doing maybe a drawing challenge or something like that. And thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.